All right, so today has been frustrating, yes. Have I come here to rant? No, not really to rant, but just, I don't know, what am I trying to say? I've just come here to share something with you. Yeah, I think that's probably better rather than a rant. I'm not ranting, I'm just saying. Okay, so for the past, I'd say 2, maybe 3 weeks, not much has been happening on the inside of this house. Literally everything is the same. Nothing much has changed. Nothing much has changed at all. Mainly, I think what's been happening is that upstairs is being done. So things have been moving upstairs. Upstairs is progressing. So what's happening is upstairs, we're trying to get the block work to lintel, which I think they have done now. I haven't been up there actually in a few days. I haven't actually been up there, I've been out doing other things, been so busy. But yeah, upstairs hasn't really been, I have not been, oh my days, somebody come and untie my tongue, please. Yeah, so upstairs, I believe they have reached lintel level now. And so we're waiting for the steel bender to come, and we need to order the iron rods, which I still haven't done yet. That's coming. And then they can put a few more blocks on top of that once that is done. So that's what we're waiting on up there, but they've literally just finished getting to the lintel level. But it's still kind of frustrating because downstairs here where I am at the moment, it just feels like there hasn't been enough progress. Well, enough progress for me anyway. Me and my high standards. Because it feels like since we have been doing there, not a lot has happened in here, because obviously it kind of feels like we're doing 2 sets of work at the same time. So upstairs is doing its thing and down here is doing its thing. But for my own sanity, I just really want us to be able to get in here and move into this part of the house, because I was going to say something, but I won't say it on camera. Yeah, it's really tough. Look, the reality is when you're building a house, it's really easy to romanticize stuff and say, okay, we're building a house, we're gonna get it done, it's gonna be fantastic, oh, it's gonna be an amazing experience for everybody and all that. And that's all well and good, I'm not knocking that. But then there are days when it is a harsh reality where, it feels like everybody's doing stuff and you can't, because you're making this huge sacrifice where you're building a house. Things may not be progressing as you want, so the workers may not be here, a mistake has been made, something has happened, and there are those times where it can be frustrating, and those are the realities of building. Building is not the easiest thing to do. It's almost like you have to look at what your endurance level is, because there are days, where you just want to just blow the house down. Maybe not literally, but you know what I mean. It gets so frustrating. You kind of feel like, oh, this is too much. It gets like that. It gets like that for us, or for me sometimes. I'm sure it gets like that for some of you out there that are building as well. It can be really hard, because it kind of feels like life is on hold until you get this house done. And so that can just make you feel some type of way. Do you know what I mean? It can make you feel a way. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that you're not alone. Like I say, in here, nothing much has happened for a while. We've had little things happening, but I feel like the progress, or the process rather, of getting in here has kind of been slowed. I guess that's partly my fault, just because things have been going on upstairs, and obviously trying to do 2 things at once, it's almost like splitting your finance, and it can become very tough. So upstairs is happening, and downstairs we're trying to do here as well. So it can be really hard. So things haven't moved as quickly as I'd wanted them to. When we did the video ages ago where I said, in fact, I didn't actually mean to say it on camera. I think I just said it out loud. It was meant to be in my head. And I said, oh, December, it'd be great if we could move in by December. And that was actually really fun, because it kind of gave us a goal to work towards. And so we're working really hard and trying to push to see how much we could get done. But I think in the back of our minds, we knew that December was going to be really difficult to do, because it would mean either having trades on top of each other, which Kwame really doesn't like that. He likes to have one trade at a time. So it would mean having trades on top of each other and just kind of going hammer at the whole thing. and mistakes likely to happen and all that. Or we had to do it as we were doing it, one in, one out, one in, one out, which was obviously going to take longer. So that's kind of how that went down. But it was fun doing it because it was just really nice to try and challenge ourselves and push and push and push. And I feel like since December time, things definitely have slowed a bit, but that's because we're doing the upstairs, because as you know, we are not completely watertight yet. And this is raining season. So although there haven't been any like heavy rains yet, we still want to be prepared. So upstairs is basically taking the majority of everything, the majority of the finance, the majority of the workers. Upstairs is where it's all happening at the moment, because this is one house, and although we're moving on to this floor, that is not the whole house. These are not apartments. This is a full house from the very bottom where the 2-bedroom is right to the very top that we're constructing at the moment. So there's a lot happening and a lot that needs to be done. So right now, today, we had the carpenter here this morning, which you didn't get to see on camera because I wasn't camera ready, trust me. And so the door that you can see behind me, which is down there, that is where we're gonna put our front door, but that is not the permanent place for the front door. That is just gonna happen because we need to be able to move ourselves in here while the rest of the house construction is still going on. We need more space. You know, we're a big family, we're a family of 6. And we all need our space, because right now living in a 2-bedroom is kind of like, for me, it's like camping. How long do you want to camp for? It's enough. So because of that, it's like things have got to, I've just got to the point where things have just got to move, they've got to move along. Guys, look, can you see that? I have got the biggest spot on my forehead here ever. I'm not really a person that gets spots, but today, this one came along and it's so big, I think I should actually give it a name. It's absolutely massive. I don't know if that is stress or what that is, but it is massive. We thank God for fringes, so that we can just do this so that no one can see it. But yeah, you see. It's one of those things, oh my gosh, and it really hurts when you touch it, right? It feels so sore. I don't know, I don't understand. But anyway, it's here. Hopefully it will only be here for a few days and then it will disappear. But yeah, I digress. So what I was saying is that, yeah, so that door will hopefully be installed pretty soon, so that we can start doing bits here. We haven't really moved that much, as I said. We have, I know I talk about a lot about skirting, and I did when we were doing tiling as well, and I've stopped talking about tiling now because the tiling work is done, but now I'm non-skirting. So the skirting, we actually had another sample done. It's actually made out, in fact I don't have it here with me, it's downstairs somewhere. It's actually made out of POP and a tiny bit of cement, and honestly guys, it's amazing. It's really strong. Hold on, I think I need to sneeze. No, I don't need to sneeze. It felt like I was going to sneeze for a moment there, but panic over, I'm not going to sneeze. So you're not going to see all over the camera. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So the POP, we got it, and myself and Kwame, we tested it. So we put it under the tap, because my worry about using POP was that, you know, if you're like mopping the floor and stuff with the white, you know, the white color from the POP, the chalky stuff, start like running and all of that. So because it's got the cement in it, it didn't actually do that. So it just like, yeah, we just ran it under the tap and none of the white stuff was coming on. Obviously, it would still need to be painted and stuff, but we just wanted to see what would happen with the raw material itself. So it was pretty good, actually. It was not bad. So if I can get a picture of that, I'll show it, because I'm obviously not prepared. And so I don't have the sample with me to show you, but it looks really nice. The sample that we got was a little bit weird though, I won't lie to you. It was a little bit weird just because the person that did it for us, you know, it's supposed to be kind of like flat and then have a little detail on the top. They did like about 4 or 5 different details going down the whole slab. And so I was like, it's not quite right, but it's okay. It's good because it's a step in the right direction, because we just had to tell him, like, okay, this is more so what we want. We don't want it with so many details, you know, less is more and all that. So that's being redone at the moment. So when I get the new sample, I will also show that to you guys. So POP could also be the way to go. You know, that journey has been a journey all by itself. So that's what we're waiting for. Oh, and let me show you this. This is the door handles that we have. You know, sometimes when you buy stuff in advance, you can forget that you've bought stuff. That is really bad. You see stuff and you think, oh, let me buy that and keep it. Sometimes you forget that you actually bought stuff. So we actually bought door handles for the main door. We bought it, I'd say, a year ago, at least a year ago, and the other day we just came across them. So we're like, hey, we don't need to buy door handles because we have some here. So this is basically the door handle that we have. This is really, really, really heavy. It's got some beautiful details on it, can you see? This is really, really heavy. If this drops on your foot, right, you're pretty much done for, I'm telling you. It's really heavy, and hopefully that will, it's a really good, hopefully that's a good quality lock, because we've had locks in the past where buy today, buy tomorrow, then buy the day after and the day after that. Every day you're buying a new lock. So if you're gonna buy a lock, just make sure it's a quality one that you know you're gonna last. This, as I said, we've had it for a year. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't really know the brands, but it feels heavy, it feels quality, so we'll see. We'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to encourage those of you that are building right now, and those of you that are about to start. Listen, when you're building, it's all about endurance and having tunnel vision when it comes to these things, because there are times where things are going to get really frustrating for you. Sorry, it's my phone. Yeah, there are times when things are going to get really frustrating for you, and you need to stay focused, because there are times, trust me, for all of us, there are times when you're just like, you know what, I've had enough, and you just want to cry, and you just want to scream, and you just want to do all of it. But one day, this will all be over. In fact, I think this video is probably more so for me than for you guys. I think this video has actually been quite therapeutic for me, I think, yeah. So I just need to check my message, because that could be pretty important. Okay, that's cool, don't worry. Yes, right, so right now, as I said, there's just things happening behind the scenes, but they haven't really moved here as much. And so there's not really been, to the physical eye, it doesn't feel like anything is happening. It just feels like a standstill. But that's not necessarily the case. At the moment, you know, the last video that I did where I spoke about the kitchen, you know, you saw that we went to go and see samples of like the worktop, and we re-looked at the kitchen units and stuff like that. So all of that stuff takes time. It's not a one drawing process. You don't just do the drawing and then, yes, everything is fine. It's not like that. So there are steps, and you know, you're always going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that stuff you're not necessarily going to see on camera. So that's kind of like how it's been. But at the moment, we're trying to sort out the worktop, because you saw on the video that, you know, I really didn't want granite, because I don't like that sparkly thing. And we were going to go for the quartz. I just had a quote for the quartz today, actually, and I almost fell off my chair. In fact, I might have fallen off my chair. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a bit unexpected that it was going to be that much. I won't say how much it is right now. I might tell you guys another time. But it was a lot. So we may have to go with granite, but I do believe that they have a, what's the word? It's called Absolute Black. That's it, I just remembered. Yeah, it's called Absolute Black. So it's basically the granite without the sparkly bits on in it. It's just pure black. So they may be an option. But we're also looking at another material as well. Something like that. Korean, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, some of you might know what I'm trying to say, and I'm not saying it very well. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's another material. So we're going to get a quote for that before we make the final decision as to what's going to go on the worktop. Because right now the worktop is going to be done before the kitchen cabinets come in. The kitchen cabinets are pretty much straightforward. That's more or less good to go once we give the go ahead. But we want to just get the worktop ready, and that is my phone again. Just checking. Okay. Hold on a second. That's my videographer. Hold on. So I'm trying to type with one hand. Okay. I'm upstairs. There you go. So I'm back. So yeah, and I can't for the life of me remember what I was saying. I know I was talking something about the worktop. I think that's why I was trying to pronounce that word, wasn't I? Yeah. Anyway, so yes, the worktop will be coming. So once the worktop is done, we will move on to getting the cabinets installed. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that. But so that's basically what has been happening. So not much visually happening, but things are happening behind the scenes. There's been a lot of going back and forth on little things, design aspects with the kitchen. So as I said, it's not been like a one-step process. There's been a 100-step process in it, and I guess that's what you get, because essentially it's a bespoke kitchen. So it's not a standard off-the-shelf kitchen where you come, you know, you just go and buy it, give them your measurements, and then they'll bring the stuff. It's a bespoke kitchen, so these things take a little bit of time, because obviously we want the kitchen to be right, and the company also wants the kitchen to be right, because, you know, it's their name, it's their brand, so obviously they want to do a good job as well. So that's kind of taking a little bit of time, but hey ho. Anyway, as I said, guys, this was just a video just to talk to you very quickly and let you know what's happening, and also to encourage you. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Just keep going. Don't worry about what's happening around you. Just keep pushing forward, because one day you're going to say, you know what, I'm done. We've got there, and it's going to all be over, and it will be worth it, and you'll be mortgage free, and you can't get better than being mortgage free. So, guys, that's just a little bit of encouragement for you, just for today. Yeah, but obviously I'll be back with more videos and let you guys know what's been happening. Anyway, if you haven't already subscribed, guys, please hit the subscribe button for me, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to also do me a favor and like, comment, and share this video for me. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, I'm out, guys. Nutiva.